How's everybody doing? Yeah, so my dreaded gas light came on, which kind of sucks. Getting gas. Not gonna lie, I just want to keep riding my bike. But whatever. But I'm just really happy, honestly. Today turned out nice because it was supposed to be raining. So, thank the rain gods for that, I suppose. And it's a blue, sunny sky with a little bit of clouds. So that's great. So that's the weather today, people. Yeah, so anyway, I gotta go get gas, and then I'm going to my father-in-law's, and I'm gonna have Mother's Day with my wife and you know, her father and the rest of the family. Gonna have some scallops with bacon, which is gonna be great. I love scallops with the bacon. But yeah, but first I gotta get gas, because you know, life sucks. Anyway, so there's somebody doing a wheelie. Yo! Sup, dude? Sup, dude? It's fucking dope. Yeah, that's cool. Some dude doing a wheelie. He's got a dirt bike. He's probably gonna be one of those people that like get a motorcycle later on in life or whatever. And it's like, hey man, I've ridden dirt bikes. Like, I've lived in the dirt, so you can't tell me shit about riding. Probably gonna be one of those people, which is fine, because I rode dirt bikes and I rode quads, but I'm not one of those people. But he may be one of those people. But that was pretty dope. Back to the topic at hand. There's a little dude, or actually a big guy, walking his dog, which is kind of cool. Yeah, I have a dog. His name's Rusty. He's pretty damn cool, I have to say. But he's got this thing on his face right now. It's kind of like big. I don't know what it is. I think it's like an abscess on his tooth again. A while back he got an abscess on his tooth, and we had to actually bring him to the vet. He had to get blood work done and all this shit. This way they could basically make some money off of me. And then after they made money off of me, they told me the diagnosis that they probably knew all along, which was he has like an abscess tooth, and they had to take out his tooth. So once they took out his tooth, like his whole face basically deflated, because right now, like, or before, his face was basically just all messed up. He had like a huge bump on his face and all this other stuff, and I was like, you know, thinking about like, oh man, this might be like the worst thing in the whole wide world. Like he might have like cancer or something like that, because I love my dog. And but yeah, no, it ended up not being cancer. It ended up just being like an abscess tooth. So they pulled out his tooth, and it deflated like right away. And now he's got the same bump on his face again, and it was already supposed to be taken care of vet soon to you know, make sure that they actually take care of the problem this time, so it doesn't actually come back. Like, I gave him antibiotics, I gave him anti-inflammatory medicine, yada yada yada, and still he has a big face. So I need to figure out exactly why he has a big face, and then after that, you know, hopefully he's better. Yeah, kind of pisses me off a little bit, because in all honesty, like, it cost me like $1,000 to make sure like Rusty was all set and he was all taken care of and the problem was like resolved. But obviously it's not resolved, so that's the thing that pisses me off the most, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, that's basically it. And as soon as I get gas, I'm gonna tell everybody exactly what happened to me the other day, which was kind of fucked up. It was actually the crazy, you know, one of the craziest days of my life. You know, like when things start going wrong, I think like everything goes wrong. And I think, you know, Murphy's Law, whatever the hell that is, basically definitely took effect that day, because like everything went wrong. Like when I say everything, I'm talking about like, you know, goes from like, you know, destroying something that I had by mistake to, you know, somebody basically cursing me out for no friggin' reason, which I didn't even understand like why he was cursing me out. But I'll tell you the story a little bit later after I get my gas. And then, you know, to me basically falling asleep at the table at my laptop, basically trying to edit videos, and just being dead ass tired from putting up with all the BS throughout the day. So yeah, it was kind of like, it was definitely a crazy day, which, you know, I'll talk to everybody about. It was just nuts. I'm sure every one of you have had like days where you basically just wanted them, you know, wanted those days to basically disappear from your life, and like you just wanted the day to end because it was that effed up. Let me tell you a secret, like that day was like that effed up. It was crazy. So I will be telling you about that. Here we go. Riding my Harley Davidson 2014 Sportster 1200 Custom. This thing is freaking awesome. I love it. Yeah, so I never rode a motorcycle before, like this bike, and I wish I actually got a motorcycle sooner, which, you know, I suggest to everybody that you should. So, with that being said, I will be right back. Ready to ride. Okay, let's go. There we go. I'm gonna back out. Going to leave the parking lot. Okay. On to my story after that brief interruption. So anyway, let's go. So yeah, so the day started out, you know, I woke up, you know, little Ava, my little baby, I love my baby, you know, she has to be brought to like a babysitter's in the morning, like before I head off to work. Oh, that's cool, that's my car, I got a Dodge Charger. Anyway, yeah, cool. But no, little Ava has to be brought to my mother's to be babysat, you know, before I go to work. So I'm getting her ready, I put her in the car seat, and you know, she spit up all over herself. So like I ended up having to, you know, put my laptop bag down, you know, to clean her up and to make sure that, you know, she was taken care of, so that she didn't have like, you know, all that spit up all over her and all this other crazy shit, because she spit up a lot. Like my daughter, like she eats a lot. So basically, you know, I clean her all up, I buckle her in her car seat, ready to go to grandma's, so I can go to work and, you know, teach people how to sell shit, because that's what I do. I sell stuff. And you know, I put the blanket on her, but I get in my car and I back out, and all of a sudden, like, you know, I hit like a little bump, and I'm like, dude, like, why is there a bump in the middle of my driveway? And that, like, you know, me forgetting that, like, I leaned my laptop bag up against my car to actually clean the spit up off of my daughter. I forgot all about that. So I literally backed over my work laptop. And, you know, my job consists of, you know, traveling to like a whole bunch of locations, teaching people how to sell stuff, and basically monitoring like everything from my laptop. So I ran it over. So I'm like, you know, I'm contemplating like how I'm going to tell, you know, the IT manager of my company exactly how my laptop broke, because it was like split right down the middle because I backed over it with my 4,000-pound Dodge Charger. And, you know, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to tell him that I ran over my laptop because my daughter spit up. I put my laptop down and I forgot all about it because I was like going crazy trying to get my daughter ready to go to my grandmother's, you know, go to her grandmother's house, and she's 3 months old. So obviously, you know, that sounds like a legitimate excuse. And, you know, luckily for me, I actually told him the truth, and I told him that, like, I ran over my laptop because of all that stuff that I just told you. And he was actually kind of cool about it, man. Like, he literally went out that day. He bought me a brand new laptop, a 15-inch Lenovo, whatever. Has 5 gigabytes of RAM, and it has a terabyte of memory, which is awesome. So I'm, you know, ecstatic. I got the full keyboard, like the full number pad and all that other shit. I don't have to like worry about touching the numbers up top and all that. So yeah, he got me a brand new laptop. But that was how the day started. So like my day started by me, first of all, having to clean spit up all over my, you know, daughter's clothes and stuff, because when I'm putting her in the car to go to her grandmother's house to be babysat. And then that wasn't even a big deal, but then I back over my laptop. So that's how the day started. So, you know, let's fast forward. You know, obviously I had to take care of all the stuff that, you know, goes along with breaking your work laptop. And I take care of all of it, and then I go to my kid's ball game to watch him play baseball, you know, to go pick them up and all that stuff. And, you know, they have to put like their baseball equipment and stuff like that in the back of my car. So we're parked there for like a second. Obviously we're like in the middle of the road because there wasn't any, you know, honestly we were in the middle of the road because there wasn't any parking spaces left. So we were blocking some people, but it only takes like 1 or 2 minutes for them to get their stuff in my car. I got 4 kids. So, you know, I got little Ava, I got Amber, I got Nick, and I got Dylan. So I got 4 kids. So we get all that stuff in the car, and some guy just starts swearing and like screaming in front of like all these 8-year-olds, like literally calling me like every name in the book, calling me an asshole, telling me that he's gonna run over me with his car and all this other stuff because like I'm sitting there for 2 minutes making sure that my kids are safe and they're buckled up and all their equipment is in the car and there wasn't any more parking spaces left. And he's telling me that he's gonna run me over and shit. And I'm like, dude, like you don't even know who I am, man. Like you don't know me. Like why would you? He was like some you know, skinny ass dude. He was like some skinny guy. I could have, just put it this way, man, I could have definitely ragdolled his ass, but instead of like, you know, being all pissy and stuff like that, I literally decided to just say F it and walk away from the situation and just let the guy act like an idiot. So he goes to pull out and he goes to like storm off, and he almost runs into the back of like another car because he's acting like an a-hole. And you know, hey, karma, man, karma's a bitch, and if you act like an a-hole and you call somebody else an a-hole when you're acting like an a-hole, then chances are you might run in the back of another car. So that was how my day went. I really sincerely hope all of you had a much better day than that, but my day as a whole, that particular day was pretty shitty, I'm not gonna lie. So that's basically how it went. I tell you, man, it was crazy. Let me tell you, it's like you know, Murphy's Law. When things go wrong, everything just starts going wrong. You know what I mean? It's just nuts.